With all this money coming at us, it is very scary right now because you don't know what to do with your money. You know, do I spend all my money? Do I save all my money? What do I do? Hello and welcome back to another Nebraskan Wife. I hope today is finding you well. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Click the bell notification down below so you get updates. And if you are not new here, thanks for coming back once again. Now, first a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't claim to be. I can only speak from what works for my family currently. Take this with a grain of salt. Apply what you can to your family. If you can't apply anything, great. If you can, great. Just that little disclaimer. Okay, let's jump right in it. Today, with our finances, we're going to be talking about a few things we can do with our money during this time. Now, I know a lot of us are waiting on the stimulus check from our government. Some may have gotten it already, some may not. Some of us may be sitting waiting for unemployment. Some may currently be getting unemployment. Some of us may just be back, never left our working jobs and are still currently working through all of this, earning what we earned before. The biggest thing right now is, what do we do with all this money that is coming to us? Do we run out and buy the greatest game that just came out for your Xbox or PlayStation or your Nintendo Switch, or the clothes that you've been wanting to buy forever, or those new AirPods that you've been eyeing? Could you? Sure. Should you? Maybe not. Should our first instinct when we are getting all this money be, oh, I don't have to pay my student loan because it's in forbearance because everyone else is in forbearance. I'm not gaining any interest, so I'm not losing anything out, right? Wrong. That loan's still going to be there when the forbearance goes away. Those bills are still going to be there whether you pay them or not. So what do we do? I'm going to give you kind of 8 simple money management ideas that work for me and my family. I will say my husband and I have been through it all. We have been deep in the trenches to surviving and thriving. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, first. Sorry, I got my little notebook here and I just moved my computer. Sorry, guys. Okay, first thing on my list. Live within your means. Now, this doesn't mean live like you have no money. This doesn't mean don't buy what you need. Okay? This just means live within what you can afford. Okay? So, if you're going to make a big purchase, pay in cash. If you can buy this item and paying most of it, and you know that you can pay it off within a short amount of time without hurting your family's livelihood, then go for it. Number 2, live simple. Now, do I like the latest and greatest things? Totally. I love electronics. I love technology. I love the latest crafting stuff. I love all of it. Do I need it all? No. Do I want to hoard it and make it take up space in my home all the time? No, because I don't want to have to deal with it. When we live simple, We kind of take the minimalist mindset where we say, oh, okay, I don't need all this stuff to be happy. I don't need the stuff. I am a firm believer personally of I want my kids to have experience, not things. I don't want them to say, oh, remember that one thing mom got me at Christmas this one year? Yeah, we hope our kids will say that when we buy them all this stuff. Will they? No. What they'll remember most is the nights that you played games with them, that you had family game nights. They'll remember when you took them somewhere. You know, like my kids, they love the zoo. Like, Mom, remember that time, all those times we went to the zoo, we got to see the elephants and the lions and stuff like that? That's what they'll remember. They will remember the things and the stuff you did. They want your time. They want your attention. So put the phones down, put the technology down, and spend that time with your kids. What better time than now? Don't give in to all those little gimmicks, those seen on TV, the QVC. Sorry, Mom. Don't buy the latest and greatest just because it is the latest and greatest. Do we all want that new Apple product? Totally. Because it all seems super awesome. Will the other ones work just fine? Yeah, they will work fine. You also want to focus on quality versus the price. You need to deem what is most important to you. Now, it is better to invest in a quality item than just buying something to get you by. If you need to save up a little bit of extra money to buy that better item, then maybe just take a little bit more of that time to save, to build up to get that better item. Some things you also have to look at their lifespan, read reviews, decide, is this the best thing for your money? I have been saved countless times on reviews on products. Likewise, I mean, if you're buying a product, leave a review. There's probably someone that's going to look at that and is going to need that advice as to why that product is great or why they shouldn't even bother with those products. Your money is precious. You're not just going to throw it to the first thing that asks, okay? You need to wisely use your money. Number three, set a budget. I know this is a scary word. Budget. What does that mean for you and your family? Okay. This budget will look different per family. Obviously, if you have more kids, less kids, things like that. I have 2 kids, and then I have now 3 cats, and my husband and me. Our budget looks a lot different now than it used to. Okay, so under your setting a budget, you need a grocery budget, your basic budget setup for all your bills and things like that. And then if you so decide, I would highly suggest setting up a holiday budget. One big concern for most people is their food budget. There are countless blogs and Pinterest posts, how to spend XYZ per week. Now, you have to do what's feasible for you and your budget and your family. I can honestly say that for my family of 4, when I meal plan and do that sort of thing, it is about $120 can get me about 3 weeks worth of groceries for us. Now, give or take the odd produce item or, kind of a fresher item here or there, but roughly it sits around 120. And that is including our snacks, our meals, and all that stuff. We do not have any super special diet restrictions. The only thing that we don't really buy is regular milk because I can't really drink regular milk. So as far as the holiday budget goes, keep it modest, keep it simple. But if you start budgeting out at the beginning of the year, then when it gets down to those holidays, you won't even have to think about it or budget until a birthday. Now, both my children have holidays near birthdays. So for us, that does get a little tight when you mix a holiday and a birthday. But if I'm budgeting ahead of time or set that money aside at some point and I just put it in an envelope, put it away, that way when it gets to birthday time, I have the money. I don't have to worry about it. And then the kids can make their lists and then we can go from there. Super simple. So look in your budget and see what's going to work for you guys. Let's see. We talked about food, your basic budget set up for your daily life and bills. Bills need to get paid. Okay? We don't want to go in debt. We don't want to get behind because that just spells trouble. I've been there. I've been behind. It's not pretty. It's not fun. It's stressful. It wears on your health. So anytime we can get ahead, we have to. We have to. Okay? So that puts me on a number 4. Number 4. Follow your budget. I'm going to say it again, just in case you didn't understand the first time. Follow your budget. This is going to help you. Yes, it's all great and stuff if you sit in your awesome planner that you love so much and you write down, okay, I'm going to do this on this day, this on this day, this on this day, and I'm going to transfer this money here and do this here and do this here. It means nothing if you do not follow through. If that requires you to have an accountability partner, aka your husband, close friend, a family member, whatever your situation may be, your spouse, whatever, you have to follow your budget. It's not going to work if you don't follow your budget. It's just empty promises. So follow your budget. On the flip side of that, well, I guess I don't know if it's a flip side, but on the other side of this, expect that you will fail at some point. Don't beat yourself up. Everybody fails. Little kids, when they start learning to walk or crawl, they fail how many times before they do it? Just expect that there is going to be road bumps. Real life is going to happen, and just expect it. If you expect it, you can't be blindsided by it. So follow your budget and have your accountability partner with you. Number 5. Okay, number 5. Let's see, what is it? Okay, this is a really good one. Number 5. Buy only what you need. Easier said than done, especially if you like to window shop or browse Amazon or browse Kohl's or Target online or anything that we can get at our fingertips. Let me tell you, it's super easy to do that. If you don't need it, if it is not vital to your circumstance or vital to your life right now, don't get it. Just because we have this extra money, or just because we may have a little bit of money to burn or burning a hole in our pocket, we should not be throwing it around everywhere right now, because that is not going to help you in the long run. Okay? It just won't. So if you, by chance, are in the spending mood, here's some ideas to kind of get you through that. If you're going online and you decide, oh, I need that new tank top because summer's coming up. Okay? 1 in, 1 out. I'm sure that your closet is full of clothes that are perfectly fine and good. I just went through my closet. Okay? If I am buying new clothes or something like that, 1 in, 1 out. If you can, buy secondhand. Trade with a friend. Trade with a family member. Anytime I'm getting rid of things or stuff like that, I try to offer it to my friends first, or someone who I think might want it, or even a family member. I say, hey, do you have any use for this? Because I much rather see it go to use than me selling it first. Now, if that's a way to get some extra income for you, by all means, go ahead. Sell it on your marketplace, sell it on your stuff, do that. do what's best for your family. Okay, this is by no means me saying you have to do this. You don't have to do anything, but just keep that in the back of your head. Try to shop secondhand. It's good for good for consumerism and helping cut down on, products and packaging and things like that. Half the time, a lot of the stuff at Goodwill and those secondhand shops, they are perfect condition. They're super great. And depending where you are, you might just have a really great secondhand store next to you. Make full use of what you can. This may be, wearing out a shirt or mending a pair of pants or handing clothes down or trading with some friends or things like that. Make good and full use. Okay, this brings me to number 6. Make saving a bill. Yes, you heard me right. Make saving a bill. If you pay your savings like a bill and treat it like a bill, it will become second nature. Whether if you need to make this an automatic payment or do something that works and makes sense for you, do it. You will thank yourself. Because if you take that money right off the top, then you are not saying, oh, that money's still going to be there at the end. I'll just put that in later. You won't, because you will spend it. You will spend that money. I will spend that money. Now, I will say, if I know there's some purchases coming up and if I have to leave that in there for something, great. But anything extra left over after that goes straight into where it needs to go. Okay? Look at your budget, see where you have some wiggle room, what you could reasonably put into your savings on a consistent basis, and go from there. If it's only $25 a check, it's $25 a check. That's still $25 more that you weren't putting away before. If you get paid twice a month, that's $50 a month. That's still more than nothing. Okay? So make savings a bill. You need to decide how much and how often and make it happen. You'll thank yourself later. Number 7. Okay, this is a really hard one. Okay, it's a foreign concept to a lot of people. Pay yourself last. After you've paid your bills, after you've put away your savings, after you've done your grocery shopping and gotten all the stuff that you need for your family as far as that goes. That leftover money, then you can pay yourself. Okay? Then you can see how much money you have to do the extra things. You shouldn't be doing it before. Because if you were doing it before, that is exactly how you got in the situation you're doing now. Okay? Pay yourself last. And you will be okay. Now, what happens if, but I can't buy the things that I want to buy? You have to make your sacrifice, okay? Being smart with your money isn't always fun. That is the biggest thing. If you can't buy, shoes for your kid, if you can't buy something that your children need, then you need to look at your life and say, what can I personally sacrifice so that this can happen? Okay? It's hard. You got to look inside yourself and go, okay, this isn't the best. There are things I could give up. I used to be that person. I would get my nails done all the time. That was me time. I deserved that. Okay? That was my time. But when things got tight, that was the first to go. Did I want it to go? No. But I understood that it just had to go. Okay? And you have to find something else that works. If you are struggling to pay your bills, something's got to go. Okay? You have to decide what your sacrifice is going to be. And that's a hard concept for a lot of people to understand, that it's not if the sacrifice has to be made, it's What is going to be sacrificed to get you to where you want to be in life? My last tip. This is the one I'm most excited about. Okay. Number 8, set a goal and achieve it. Easier said than done, I'm sure. But here's the thing. My husband and I, like I said, have been into the trenches and back again to thriving. Okay. It varies per time in our life, but we have been on all sides of it. Now, if you would have told first married me, pregnant with my first child, that I would travel as much as I have, I would have laughed in your face. You know, we could barely afford gas to get to our jobs, much less putting money towards travel. Okay. We set goals and we crushed them. It's easy when we don't have a whole lot of money. And when you are living on the poverty side of things, it's easy to get into this degrading mindset of like, I don't have this money. I'll never have this money. This is never going to happen. It just wears you down. Okay. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that because it's nothing to be sugarcoated. Okay. It's wearing on your body and your health. And if you're already in poor health, it's not going to help. All right. If you have something to plan and to look forward to and have dreams, you have something to live for. You have something to drive you to where you want to be and what you want to do. Okay? My husband and I decided when we were young parents that we wanted to travel. But we set that goal. We said we want to travel, and we didn't want the excuse of, oh, but I have little kids. I wanted to show the kids the world. I wanted them to experience other places, other people, other cultures, all of that. Okay. And so with all these trips, we're like, oh, great. And then we're like, okay, let's go bigger. Our Tokyo trip was a lofty goal. Okay. I'm not going to lie there. It was a lofty goal. We had to do some hardcore saving and scrimping and sacrifice stuff to do this trip. All right. But guess what? We did it. We went to Tokyo with our 2 children. Okay. And they loved it. Okay. And you know what? Reaching our goals was the best thing. Looking on this, people are like, oh, you must be made of money. How do you have this money? How can you afford it? Afford all these trips? Must be nice. Must be nice to go on vacation all the time. Well, you know what? If you make the personal sacrifices in your life, if you put your nose to the grindstone, if you go to work every day, show up, work hard, you can go too. I'm not going to say it was easy because it wasn't. But it took hard work daily from both of us. It took a lot. We're not ones to go out and eat all the time. Would I love to eat out all the time? Totally. But I will sacrifice that so I can go to Tokyo. I will sacrifice that so one day I can go to Italy. I will sacrifice that so one day I can go to Scotland. Okay? I want everyone to experience that in their lives. Now, you don't have to think that you have to go internationally. If this just means I want to see all 50 states, then go see all 50 states. Your life is not getting any longer. You have to live it. I hope you've enjoyed all of my little tips. I want everyone to have a meaningful life and be financially stable. So thank you for joining me once again, all my little homemakers, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.